This video does not verify or medically confirm any condition. Any references to health are alleged and discussed strictly within a broader commentary narrative. Tonight, global attention snaps to a single room as a courtroom erupts into shock, grief, and unraveling truth. Flashing cameras pierce the air while Teyana Taylor stands isolated, visibly shaking, her reality collapsing under the gaze of millions. For an entire year, she had believed. She had loved. She had surrendered her heart to a man she trusted as her partner, her safe place. She thought she had everything. But today, that faith detonated into irreparable ruin. Federal marshals surged forward, shackling Aaron Pierre as gasps echoed through the chamber. He was pulled away, while towering screens ignited with revelations no one anticipated. A second life concealed. A child kept secret. Covert meetings and betrayals woven so carefully that no one saw them coming. Teyana's fingers trembled, her breath stalled, yet no tears came. How do you grieve a love that never existed? How do you stand when your deepest trust is stripped bare, displayed, and ridiculed before the world? Every whisper, every rumor, every buried truth once magnified by Tasha K now materialized inside a courtroom frozen in disbelief. Alleged medical dangers, hidden romances, and calculated manipulation were hurled like weapons, pushing the limits of human endurance. Still, even fractured, Teyana did not fall. Amid the wreckage, she stood upright, facing the world with resolve and unbreakable dignity. Each betrayal, every glimpse into Aaron's secret existence, every merciless rumor only sharpened her will. Online, chaos exploded. Fans cried. Hearts shattered. The world watched a woman robbed of trust yet rising, reclaiming her voice, seeking justice not through revenge, but through resilience. This was more than heartbreak. It was devastation, deception, and survival colliding beneath relentless public scrutiny. It was proof that even when love collapses and truth feels unbearable, courage and dignity can still shine. Tonight, millions watched a heartbreak and a woman rise. Behind Teyana, the screens revealed a life she never knew. Aaron smiling freely, laughing, holding a child erased from her reality. A double life unfolding inches from her for months. Secret trips. Hidden encounters. Lies sharper than any wound. Her body locked, breath shallow, eyes dry. How do you mourn a dream that was never real? How do you process memories that suddenly become evidence of betrayal? And the nightmare deepened. In a stunning turn, Teyana Taylor had filed suit against Tasha K, the woman who had publicly framed the breakup. The room fell silent as accusations surfaced. Concealed relationships. Amplified rumors. Alleged health claims weaponized against her. Teyana's private pain became mass entertainment. Every intimate fracture exposed. Every personal moment dissected. Humiliation, manipulation, and public judgment crashed over her relentlessly. Yet Teyana remained standing, shaking, broken, her voice barely above a whisper, yet piercing the chaos. For a year I trusted. I loved. I gave my heart. And it was taken from me. The internet ignited. Cameras caught every pause, every stunned breath. This was not gossip. It was unavoidable human tragedy. Aaron's deception was dismantled piece by piece. Hidden accounts, offshore assets, financial maneuvers siphoned from her trust, footage of him laughing beside another woman, holding a child she never knew existed, and recordings of emotional control, manipulation, and deceit flooded the screens. Still, Teyana did not break. Bruised but defiant, she faced the room with a presence that demanded acknowledgement, sorrow and strength colliding in her gaze. The courtroom became a theater of betrayal. Every rumor Tasha K had spread now anchored by proof. Claims of exaggeration, manipulation, and calculated humiliation silenced the room. Even seasoned reporters lowered their lenses, momentarily overwhelmed by the weight of human heartbreak unfolding before them. Yet, Teyana's strength remained undeniable, a signal of endurance amid chaos. Social feeds erupted. Millions watched live as her private world collapsed in public view. The pain felt cinematic, yet unmistakably real. Every image, every clip, every piece of evidence struck the audience's chest. And through it all, Teyana did not retreat. She embodied resilience. Every tremor, every unsteady step, every exposed moment of vulnerability was answered with dignity, courage, and unshakable presence. Then came the moment that stunned even hardened observers. Tasha K's actions, rumors, narratives, manipulation were now under scrutiny. Posts, interviews, and commentary revealed a calculated effort to magnify Teyana's suffering. The court listened as messages and footage exposed deliberate public humiliation. The tension was electric. Yet through it all, Teyana's eyes burned with quiet resolve. No longer merely enduring the story, she was reclaiming it piece by piece. Even Aaron Pierre's hidden schemes could not eclipse her strength. Screens flickered with secret meetings, financial diversions, and manipulative conversations designed to destroy her trust. Still, Teyana's presence commanded the room, broken, exposed, yet undeniably powerful. The emotional pressure surged as attorneys revealed more proof. Each disclosure struck harder. A hidden child, secret accounts, manipulation, betrayal. The world watched heartbreak laid bare. Yet courage endured in the tears that never fell. Teyana's story was no longer hers alone. It became a reflection for anyone who had loved, trusted, and been deceived. Through the chaos, she found her voice. I believed in love. I believed in honesty. I believed in trust. Before the room could breathe, another wave of revelation crashed down. Teyana Taylor, still reeling from Aaron Pierre's double life, now faced the full truth about Tasha K. Cameras snapped endlessly as uniformed officers escorted her in, restrained. Panic, defiance, disbelief flickered across her face. Her face carried a collision of fear, resistance, and stunned disbelief. The audience, locked into every development of this unfolding scandal, now watched as the woman who had magnified Teyana's suffering was finally forced to answer for it. Teyana's gaze, rimmed red from sleepless nights of self-doubt, fixed firmly on Tasha K. Every rumor, every distorted narrative, every poisoned whisper that had tormented her for months now stood before her in human form. For an entire year, she had endured public degradation, replaying every interaction with Aaron, questioning her own value. And now, accountability had stepped into the spotlight. Relief washed through her, but it was tangled with a grief she would carry forever. The prosecution moved with ruthless precision. Screens lit up with Tasha K's videos, posts, and private communications. Each word transformed Teyana's private devastation into mass spectacle. The room went silent as the cruelty revealed itself. This wasn't idle gossip or careless commentary. It was intentional, coordinated, designed to shame, expose, and dominate. And still, Teyana's composure held. Wounded, yes, but unyielding. Her spirit refused to fracture. Every revelation landed like a blunt force. Footage of her most vulnerable moments. Exaggerations weaponized. Her personal life reframed as scandal. The burden she had carried grew heavier with every clip. Online platforms exploded as courtroom footage streamed live. Millions watched, some crying, some shaking, all transfixed by the emotional gravity of the moment. Then Teyana spoke. Her voice trembled, but it carried undeniable authority, the weight of survival. For a year, I was deceived, controlled, and publicly humiliated. I doubted my own truth, questioned my worth, and suffered in silence while lies echoed worldwide. Each sentence pressed into the silence like a verdict. No one could deny the strength required to face not only betrayal, but the world itself, unfiltered and live. The tension peaked as the screens unveiled a detailed timeline of every manipulation Tasha K had released. Each post, each clip, each speculative claim traced directly back to its source. Justice was no longer theoretical. It was present, solid, inevitable. For the first time, Tasha K appeared small, exposed, fragile, confronted by the consequences of deliberate harm. The courtroom felt like a battlefield where deception collided head-on with accountability. Amid the turmoil, Teyana's strength burned brightest. Bruised but unbowed, she stood as living proof of resilience. Her courage moved millions watching across the world. Social media erupted, timelines flooded with support, love, and solidarity. Every reaction underscored the stark contrast between her dignity and the cruelty inflicted upon her. Even after lies, humiliation, and betrayal, she had reclaimed control of her story. As the proceedings continued, the emotional weight became almost unbearable. Murmurs dissolved into stunned silence as prosecutors methodically exposed how Tasha K had engineered public perception, bending truth, monetizing pain, turning heartbreak into spectacle. Every testimony, every clip, every message reinforced the pattern of calculated harm. Teyana's pain was no longer hidden. It was exposed, raw, undeniable. And still, she stood unbroken. Her eyes, exhausted yet resolute, reflected the fire of survival. Every betrayal, every distortion, every manufactured moment only strengthened her resolve. I was hurt. I was deceived. I was exposed. she declared, her voice steady and final. But today, I take back my story. I take back my strength. I take back my voice. The words lingered, heavy, absolute, impossible to ignore. The courtroom absorbed the moment in reverent silence, echoed by millions watching online. This chapter closes with Teyana Taylor standing as a symbol of courage and endurance. Betrayal, public shame, and heartbreak had attempted to erase her, but she rose. The scandal, the trial, the viral storm became evidence not of weakness, but of human resilience. Her journey stands as proof that even when trust collapses and lies spread unchecked, strength and dignity can still prevail. Still raw from deception and humiliation, Teyana remained at the center of the storm. For an entire year, she had trusted Aaron Pierre, loved him, and believed in the future they were building. But today, the full architecture of betrayal was exposed. Secret accounts, hidden children, financial exploitation, carefully crafted lies that darkened her world. And yet, in the chaos, her courage burned stronger than ever. Tasha K's arrest marked the turning point. Cameras flashed relentlessly as she was escorted into the courtroom, restrained, forced to confront the damage she had fueled. Every distorted narrative, every whispered lie, every calculated humiliation was now revealed as part of a deliberate campaign to dismantle Teyana's life. The courtroom fell still as evidence unfolded. Posts and videos illustrated the scale of deception. Teyana's pain, once private, had become public, but now the world was witnessing justice in motion. Her voice cut through the silence. For a year I trusted. I loved. I gave my heart and my life to someone undeserving, she said, shaking but resolute. I was betrayed. I was humiliated. But I will not be silenced. I will not be broken. Today I rise. The weight of her words echoed far beyond the room, reaching millions watching live. Online, support surged, messages of empathy and unity flooding every platform. Screens displayed every manipulated clip, every false narrative used to amplify her pain. The evidence was undeniable. This had been a calculated assault on her life and reputation. And yet, in the face of relentless betrayal, Teyana remained standing. Her calm, her unwavering stare, her quiet strength commanded the room. The pain was unmistakable, open, exposed, impossible to deny. Yet standing beside it was a courage that refused to collapse under pressure. Aaron Pierre's secret existence, once carefully concealed, now lay fully exposed to public judgment. Covert encounters, undisclosed children, and financial deceptions surfaced one by one. Every revelation that once pierced Teyana's heart now stood as proof of her endurance. In that courtroom, she shifted from the embodiment of loss into a symbol of strength. Wounded, undeniably, but never defeated. Her journey struck a chord with millions who had known betrayal, humiliation, or deception firsthand. The emotional intensity surged as Teyana's legal team unveiled the final evidence against Tasha K. Screens glowed with timelines, messages, and posts, a chilling archive of manipulation and cruelty. Yet with every disclosure, Teyana's resolve only grew stronger. Her eyes, steady and unflinching, reflected a woman forged by pain and transformed by survival. The courtroom watched, breath held, as a story rooted in betrayal evolved into one of triumph. As proceedings drew to a close, Teyana faced the room, and the millions watching worldwide. I have been wounded. I have been deceived. I have been exposed, she said. I have endured pain no one should face. But today I reclaim my story. I reclaim my strength. I reclaim my voice. The words settled heavily, charged with truth and unshakable courage. It was a declaration of survival. Social platforms ignited once more. Millions responded, tears falling, applause echoing, stories shared. What began as scandal had become testimony. This was no longer about controversy. It was about human resilience, the ability to rise from betrayal's ashes. Teyana Taylor's path reminds the world that lies, humiliation, and heartbreak do not define a life. Strength, dignity, and resilience can prevail, even in the darkest hours. Her courage now stands as a guiding light, a beacon proving that when love collapses and trust is shattered, rising is still possible. Reclaiming your voice is still possible. Standing tall is still possible. Teyana Taylor, not as a casualty, but as a survivor. Broken trust, manipulated narratives, and public scrutiny tried to erase her, yet she emerged unmovable. Millions witnessed the force of truth and resilience unfold in real time. The trial, the viral storm, the emotional wreckage became a narrative of victory. proof that heartbreak can evolve into power and betrayal into empowerment. Teyana's ascent will echo far beyond any courtroom walls, reminding the world that even in devastation, hope survives. Stop scrolling. Witness what has captured global attention. Teyana Taylor's life was fractured, exposed, and exploited in ways that left hearts heavy and tears falling. For an entire year, trust was taken, love was betrayed, and private pain became public theater. But now, she stands unbroken. This is not merely heartbreak. This is survival. This is courage. This is raw human strength. Every secret uncovered, every rumor dismantled, every manipulation exposed led to this moment. Aaron Pierre's hidden life, the concealed child, the financial deception, Tasha K's calculated public humiliation, now exposed and confronted. Millions watched live as devastation transformed into empowerment. And now you are witnessing it too. You've seen despair turn into resolve, deception collapse into truth, and pain rise into strength. Don't scroll away.
Subscribe now.
Turn on notifications and stand among the millions following the story in real time. Share your thoughts below. What struck you hardest? The betrayal, the double life, the rumors, or the courage that followed? Your voice matters. Share this with someone who needs to see how quickly trust can shatter and how truth, dignity, and power can rise from the ruins. Stay with us. Every twist, every revelation, every tear and triumph is still unfolding. Teyana Taylor's story is not finished, and the next chapter will leave the world breathless. Be there to witness it.
All.